all the wraps done, and they're all deacidified. They look pretty good. I just need to remove the Rimet from them and place them in the correct order, and then put them together with the cover and the staples and that whole bit. I love that sound when you peel when you peel it from the Rimet. Right. So I'm using Rimet here, not Hollytex, because I overbought Rimet, so I still have a ton of Rimet. When this runs out, I'll buy some Hollytex. This stuff is expensive, it's not cheap either, so I end up recycling some of it, right? If it's still doable for another job, I'll just use it, right? And if it's not, I just throw it out pretty much. And I gave the wraps and the cover a press, and just a matter of looking at them now and doing the assembly of the book. Looks really good, guys, right? So this is the cover. Again, it looks really good. Not fully clean. I mean, I could use perhaps 3% hydrogen peroxide on this, do an overlay on it, right? And then press it and see if this lightens a little bit. It will lighten, definitely. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the way it looks. Some wrinkles here that I caused because it wasn't completely flat when I did it, so I'm gonna use some tools here to flatten this. But anyhow, it looks really good. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. Let's see. The same thing goes for the dirt here. We can perhaps expose this to some blue LED before we assemble it. So do the top staple first, and then the holes have been made. Just a matter of inserting staples now. Here's the top. Remember, the staple was the one that wasn't attached, so there was a staple rip area, and I ended up supporting it with Tengu tissue. And we put the bottom in now. Making sure its distance is the same as before, and it is. Smaller one needs to go in first. And then the large one. Okay, here we go. It's a little bit twisted. I'm gonna try to get it straightened out a little bit. So I will do that. You can see how, if I get up here, you can see it, right? I hold it this way. There's a slight off tilt to it, so I need to press this in. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is use the back of a ruler and some weight, and just should be good now. Maybe the indent in the paper. Yeah, but it's straight. It's perfectly aligned. This is the one that was crooked, so it's better now. We'll put in now the staple in. You want to put it in gently and just as the holes allow it to be inserted. Here we go. So these are in, and now we can assemble the book. We'll start, of course, with the first wrap and ends with the center fold. Now the long prongs will go in first and then the shorter ones, because this is the way, this is easier to implement. And as long as the holes are there, it should be good. So you can see they went in, right? Okay, we'll keep going. Long, long, and then short. Short goes in. We'll keep going all the way. I'm putting the last two wraps together because they're perfectly aligned as far as the holes go. So let's see if that works. Goes by fast either way, right? So it's not too bad of a method. Once you get used to it, you get used to anything. Right? Here we go. All right, so it looks good. Let's now make sure it's nice and squared. Place these staples back in. Let's go for this. And the second one. Here we go. I'm gonna realign this in a minute. Just fold it. Okay, so I had the book in the humidity chamber overnight, and it looks really very nice and pliable, and now we can actually form it to the way we want it without hurting the spine, essentially, right? So I'm going to get rid of these remains. You can see how pliable it is at this point, and you can actually fold it without fear of injuring the spine, if you will, right? Okay, so here's the board. I'm going to put it in the middle here and simply refold the book. Right. So we have now a sandwich essentially, right? And all I need to do now is put parchment paper and form the spine. I have my tack iron heating up here on the side, and just very gently let the weight of the tack iron press down on the spine. And then we'll give it a press, and maybe a final cleaning first and then a press, and that should do it for the book. All right, and then what I do is for the press now is I'm going to place a 65-pound here. This is a 65-pound paper. I'm going to place it here between the cover and the first wrap, and the same thing I do for the back. Came out good actually, and just too bad some of the dirt didn't come off, but it looks good overall, right? Much better than before. So I have already the board in the middle. I have the repair done on this here and everywhere else, and then just a matter of putting it into the press now. Press it at 152 for 15 minutes and then overnight, and that's the plan. Here we go. This will go into the press. So here's my press. It's in a tight corner basically here at the end of the bench, and what I've done here is I have an aluminum sheet at the bottom. I'll place the book on top, and there's the board separating them in between, then another board to cover it, and then another aluminum sheet on the top, right? That's it. And this sandwich now, we can press this. All right, let's take the book out of the press and see how we did. So looks good even with parchment paper on it, right? I think it looks great. Just need some rounding of the spine a little bit. The book looks so much better than before. So much better. Right? But I think I'm happy with the way it is. It just doesn't need hydrogen peroxide. Kind of ruins things sometimes. You don't want it overly white, right? So it looks pretty authentic the way it is for its age, and much better than before. Much better. So stay tuned for before and after photos of the Hulk 180. So I'm going to give it a quick buffing. And we'll round the spine. There. Pretty shiny now, huh?